Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. This watch has been treating me so well. I'm digging it, man. It tracks my sleep. I notice when I get less than 7 hours, like last night I got 6, you do feel a little bit sluggish. 7 hours is usually good for me, but last night I stayed up late. I was actually getting a bunch of gear ready for this weekend, and that's why I went to bed late. But the good news is I'm going camping this weekend. I don't want to say where. Kind of want it to be a surprise and make a video out of it. It's gonna be dope though. I've been there before. I've taken my bike and it's a pretty fun spot. I actually hit up some locals of the area where I'm camping and they're down to ride. We're gonna meet up and they're gonna kind of show me around. I actually met these locals last year where I went camping, but it was just like a brief what's up. I got their Instagram, and this year I hit them up in advance. I said, hey dude, if you want to catch a session, I'll be there, let me know. So we set it all up through Instagram and we're ready to go. That is why I love social media and YouTube so much, is because it connects you with people from all over. You get to interact with people from different places but that have the same obsession as you, which is, you know, bikes or mountain bikes. I think that's the beauty behind social media, for me at least. I love interacting with people. I love getting to meet people. I'm thinking about doing these rides back to back this week. I want to do it today, obviously, and then tomorrow, Wednesday, the next day, Thursday. I think I'm gonna take Friday off so I have enough time to pack. It's gonna be a lot of us camping. It's pretty much family, and I just have to prep a lot more stuff like food, cooking gear, sleeping bags, all this, because there's a lot more people going. Usually if we go camping, just my wife and I, or my wife and I and some friends, there's not as many things that I have to bring. But because we got a big group, I gotta make sure I bring everything in advance. This past Sunday I was out there in Simi, Rocky Peak, and it was a good time. I'll have that video put out Friday, but it was just a bunch of people. It was a big group, like just, it was little groups of people, you know, that come and ride. But it was so dope because everybody was enjoying the day. Grudge was running perfectly. I did 2 laps on it, and first one was a little awkward. Second run though, I loved it. I felt good. I was in the zone. But yeah, Sway and the MTB Alliance crew have made the Grudge and 51 flawless. It's running pretty freaking good. 617, I think we got a little bit more. Let's push it. Let's get to that 3 and then we'll make the turn. My wife has been wanting to do some camping up north in Mammoth, but I have to be the one to plan it pretty much. She said she's down. I just gotta figure it out. I think if we do go up to Mammoth, I definitely want to camp, but I also want to get some riding in. I mean, you might as well, right? You're in such a beautiful area, you got it. I feel like now that summer's creeping up, it's getting warmer, she's more open to the idea of camping. She won't winter camp, like that's completely off limits. She said it's way too cold. She'll hang out in a cabin or a house, but camping is strictly for summer, she says. I definitely want to have Mammoth on my list of places to go. I don't think I've ever ridden there. I've been there with family and friends before a handful of times, but I've never ridden out there. So it'll be a good experience. 310 for our distance, 19 minutes. Dude, I haven't been seeing the sun out on these rides. It's been gloomy, but it's just in the morning. Like after 11 a.m. sun is beaming. It gets super hot. It's just in the mornings that it's cloudy like this. I honestly feel like we're done getting rain here in SoCal. It's like that bittersweet, because now that there's not as much rain, you can ride more because it's not wet and muddy. The trails are starting to dry up and I can kind of see it. I think May is a great month to ride because a majority of the trails are still running good and it hasn't dried up as much yet. But I see it coming. Like these next few months, it's gonna be pretty hot, it's gonna be dry. It's all right, because then you got bike parks that manicure trails and keep them well maintained, so you just hit those up, you know, as much as you can. Dude, just recently, I would say like the last 4 or 5 rides, I've been running higher PSI on this full suspension. I used to normally run like 15 and 18 PSI, and that felt good. I loved it, but I would always get pinch flats, you know, or like my tires would roll and then lose air on a certain section of the trail, and then I'd be screwed because I don't have a pump. And I thought to myself, screw it, you know, I'll just bump it up. So instead of 15, I started doing like 22 or 20, and it's been good. It doesn't feel as plush, but I've gotten used to it. But the good thing is that it doesn't roll. It's like on the tire, it's not going anywhere, which I prefer. But yeah, I can't tell you how many times like my tire has rolled on like a drop or a jump on this bike and the hardtail. So I said, you know what, dude, I'm just gonna bump up the PSI. And I'd much rather have a higher PSI and not have my tires roll than a lower PSI and have my tires roll. Compromises, my friends. 5.21 miles, 31 minutes. Another good ride in the books. I believe that's day 9 or ride 9. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.